What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another PlayMFL video where today we are going to be taking a look at the MFL Experiments team, opening some packs for it, also taking a look at some of the players that I've already got out of packs. I've been opening my MFL for those 600 MFL packs as I promised I would, but I did also engage in the pack drop last night, and off the back of that I got a standard and a rare pack. When we look at the players that I got out of such packs, I did get an upgrade in the standard pack, as you can see here. I got 2 limiteds and 1 uncommon, but in the rare pack, unfortunately, I didn't get an upgrade. And when it comes to the uncommon and the rare, they were on the lower echelons of what could have been packed, which is not ideal. What's even less ideal is the fact that the left back that I got as the uncommon from the rare pack is 28 years old. Now, of course, he could still end up having a 14-season career, and similarly, you know, the 19-year-old goalkeeper that we got could end up having a 13-season career. But yeah, it's not what we want. If he was up in the kind of like 72, 73 range at 28, maybe I'd be a little more open to it. But we did all right. The ages are generally quite good. A 19-year-old, a 22, 23, 24, and 24-year-old with a 28-year-old. So decent ages there. And as you can see as well already, Hulgaard went straight into Team Sweat. I really like this guy actually for a striker because he's only 77 rated with good dribbling and good shooting. So if he does even get sort of 2, 3, 4 progression in this first season, he's going to become an asset for Team Sweat. I have also made some other transfers that I will show you in a moment. But before we get into that, if you're enjoying the content here on the channel, feel free to drop a thumbs up on the video. And if you are new here, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to get involved in MFL, now is as good a time as any, as Season 8 begins, guys. We are currently on Thursday the 28th. Registrations close Sunday morning at 11 a.m. So you've got that much time now to get your team using the link in the description or the pinned comment and get some players in, register your team, and then finish building it out before we get match day 1 next Wednesday. So the transfer window and that first match day, not a real rush on that right now, but getting those clubs registered is super, super important. And I will have a video tomorrow showcasing kind of like how to start with a brand new club and then playing for free from there. A lot of questions that we always get asked is, how much does it cost to play? And the answer is, after you've bought your team, it's free forever. You never have to spend another penny on the game again, which is a great reason why we love PlayMFL. And the cost of entry with the $80 pack here that you get a club, a player from me if you use my link, and a free starter pack, it's akin to buying a copy of FC26 or a copy of Football Manager or a copy of Call of Duty. You know, you buy the club, you're into the game, you never have to spend again. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. And I will talk about that a little bit more in tomorrow's video. But for today, guys, as I said, I want to show you a few transfers. So I've done a little something. If we could just look at my my latest transactions. Oh, it doesn't show the actual contracts there. Let me go into then Prestige 26. I have added no one. Prestige 26. It's the same team this season as last season. I was thinking about, and we spoke about on the last video, taking my best agency players and putting them into P26 in bronze. I didn't in the end, and what I've actually done, I've still got Fitzgrim, who's a free agent, and then the Espino, Iglesias, Boucher, and Spasic all belong to the Diamond Heist. What I decided to do was loan them out, and so Sheffield Mustangs has got Mantilla, Georg Gita, and Cornelis in gold, and maybe we'll eventually have Grimm as well, depending on if the Diamond Heist want him or not. I could have put these guys into my own team. I didn't, because I just, first of all, I feel like getting the percentages I'm getting from these guys, 7 and 9, I'm going to get 16% of the Mustangs. You know, I presume Blades will meet the minimum game requirement. Yeah, I presume now that he's going to be in gold because obviously he lost the platinum. He lost in Platinum League. This is where he finished, so he's going down to gold. Quite a tight division there, but wants to rebuild into gold and get pushed back up to plat again. So I'm going to be getting 16% then of, was it 16? Whatever the percent was. What was it? I can't remember. 16% of what will be coming from the gold division. And hopefully, even if he has like a mid-range run there, it'll be around like 20,000 MFL for me with the cups on top. So I'll end up picking up around 20 to 30,000 MFL from the players that I have loaned out, which is really good, because if I kept them for myself, honestly, like, best case scenario would be not getting relegated. And so when we look at the silver division that the bronze division that we're now in, I beg your pardon, not the silver division, even if I brought my own players into my own squad and I didn't get relegated, it would be 25,000 MFL. Now, I'm already going to make around that 25,000 MFL by loaning those players out, with one more to get loaned out as well. So I'll end up making close to 40,000 at a kind of top end from those 4 players being loaned out. Whereas if I just use my own team, what I like about my team, first of all, is I'm reasonably competitive with the lower echelon of teams. So I'm going to be in bronze 7. I'm reasonably competitive here because obviously I won the game in the first place to get promoted into here. I don't need an outstanding season. And if I do get relegated, it's another 20-odd thousand. So I kind of like had a feeling of like, if I did bring my own players back into the club and I didn't get relegated, as a team, I'd be getting maybe 25 up towards 30,000. Whereas loaning those players out to gold, I'm going to be picking up that 25 to 30,000 MFL anyway. So then the relegation on top, if I get relegated, is going to be absolutely fine, because now I've changed and I've kind of like gone into a situation where I'm at about 50,000 MFL for the same group of players. I've almost doubled my MFL income from loaning those top end players out. The other thing that I really like about this squad, typically speaking, is that everybody, everybody typically progresses lots. And so when we look at the progression points, Albuquerque and Đurđević haven't gone up a +1 ever in their careers, which, hey, maybe that means they're about to boom, because everyone's guaranteed a +1. So they're guaranteed at some stage or another to go up a little bit. We've got these bottom tier players here gone up at least +1 in their careers, but some of these top players are going up and absolutely flying. I don't need much growth in the first half of the season to then be genuinely competitive in the lower half of the bronze table. So I also thought to myself, if relegation is on the cards, then so be it. We will accept relegation. We'll go back down to Iron, where I expected to be anyway. I didn't expect to get promoted. And the team then, when going down to Iron, will also be hyper competitive in Iron as well. That's great. Best case scenario, that's worst case scenario, is we get relegated. I'm calm with that anyway. Like, that was already an expectation. Best case scenario, some of these players continually push and progress, and we get competitive in that bottom end by the kind of like back end of the season, pick up enough points to just stay in the division, and that would be great as well. And we have got some superstars here as well, with Silverio being one of them. Depending on how this season goes, if we stay up, he'll probably stay in the team. If we get relegated, he will probably be moved also to like a higher rated team, because he has progressed like an absolute demon. He's only 24 years old. If he gets into legendary status this season, or even onto the 84 for a tier break, I can imagine people would want him up in silver and up in gold. So we'll be able to do the same thing with him. And again, kind of keep the structure that I really want to keep, which is an Iron team, a Stone team, an Ice team, a Spark team, and a Flint team that are kind of like, I pile all my best players into within reason. If anyone's worth more, they get loaned out, and then use the rest of it for farming. And off the note of that, Team Sweat has got some new additions. I do still need a new addition. I need a right mid for Team Sweat. We had Vuk retired last season. Or was it Headstrom that retired? Vuk or Headstrom retired. One of the right mids retired. And this team actually is in a little bit of like a spot. And so we've got a lot to work on over the next couple of seasons. We've got 2 more. We're in season 8 now. So we've got 2 more this season and 2 more with Dorica. This season and 2 more with Aparicio. this season and 2 more with Medeiros, which gives us 3 seasons to find a new left back, a new left mid, and a new right back. And we'll go off of that in a moment. Obviously, we're losing Richel at the end of this season, so that's going to be a new centre-back that is needed. Now, when it comes to the left-backs, we already have Medeiros. We already have Valenti, who is our primary left-back, so we need a new backup left-back. And when we look at the players I've got in the agency, we do have, let me have the free agents here. We do have Tarantino that I just got before. So he will probably, assuming he gets any progression whatsoever, he will probably become the backup left back, and probably not for many seasons either, because I expect his retirement age to hit reasonably soon, which won't be ideal. In the meantime, when we look at the players that we've got here, I don't have much depth at left back, but I do have lots of progression on a couple of my left backs. Yamin specifically, at just 24 years old, has so far gone up +8. So I'm hoping that in the next 3 seasons that I've got to replace my left back, Yamin is somebody that gets up into that level where he can become the replacement. Similarly for centre-back, we've got Rakovic, we've got Besson, who's grown a little bit, we've got Salamanca here, who's grown a little bit as well. But I expect my centre-back to be Montoya, and I expect a right-back to eventually be Colombo. So we've still got Vuk here. I do need a right mid. I don't have a good right mid in the agency right now. My right mid situation isn't good enough isn't good at Grimm's there, but then the best one is Manka and then Manrique and then Stark. My right mid situation isn't good enough at the moment. I need like a 70 up towards mid-70s player. Maybe we've got some more progression on Amara here, who's gone up +8 in his career so far in 4 seasons. By the time I need another right mid, because I'm going to buy one for the foreseeable, by the time I need another right mid, hopefully he'll be up into that range. But we're way off the beaten track. And as you can see, although we haven't got any retirements here, a lot of these guys are older. They're settling into that kind of later end towards their career, which is why, again, I really love the kind of common progression plan, because if we just look at all players that have progressed in their careers, like we've already got Gabriele here, a +8. Like, okay, he's only 54 rated at the moment. He's already 25 years old. But if we actually go and have a look at our, let's say, up to 24-year-olds, which I think is a good spot to be, we've got Yamane, we've got Salamanca, who's gone up +7 to a 59, Engdahl up 6 to a 60. We've got a couple of the younger players here. Pinto's already tier broken and gone up +4 for just a 20-year-old. And of course, I've got a whole bunch of new recruits that have come in this season. So I did make some changes to this team. We've got 3 seasons with the soon-to-be retirees to kind of develop more players through to get back into this team. Obviously, Team Sweat last season did just where I wanted, just above the relegation zone. I want a little bit more strength this season to kind of be in that mid-range. So hopefully we'll be able to improve the team slightly. And I need a right mid. But what I did add was the striker that we got. It is Haugaard. He went straight into this team. One of the things that let us down with Team Sweat massively last season was a lack of quality up front. We've got Graziani, who's not a bad alternative. He will be 4th choice striker this season. He will be used in cup games where I feel strong, when there's absolute desperation for fitness rotation, and for the games against the lesser teams where I feel like he's going to be good. I don't mind him as a player anyway. 73 pace and 79 shooting for a 70 rated striker is good. But the main man outside of Tajima and Haugaard is Barnett. He's only 65 rated, but he's got 84 pace, 70 shooting, and 70 physical, which is great for a striker. 2 seasons ago, I didn't pay attention to how good he was. And as you can see, he got 17 games and 18 goals. Most of that was in the Ice League there, with 14 goals in 12 games. This season, obviously, the standard of the league got stronger, right? The league genuinely got stronger, Ice 66. There was a lot of weak teams in there last season. This season, he only got 5 goals in 16 games. But as I say, I think it's because the general standard, when we look at Team Sweat for that season, let's actually go to Team Sweat real quick. When we look at Team Sweat for that particular season, it was the same team in back-to-back seasons. But in season 6, we finished second in the league with 16 wins, 5 draws and 1 loss, with the same team that the following season finished in season 7 8th. Oh, that was because I was in ice anyway. Well, there you go. That's why I was in ice and he bagged. And then last season I was in stone. I forgot I got promoted, to be fair. But yeah, like he's done well anyway. Either way, I did. How did I not see that he was ice last season? Ice the season before. Sorry, let me go back onto his page. I swear it said stone for both. Oh no, Ice League there, 14 in 12. And this season in Stone League, he got 5 in 16, which is still good. And he hasn't progressed yet, which is promising because hopefully now this season we'll start gaining a little bit out of him. Either way, he's a really good player to have because his pace shooting and physical is so superior to his overall that I actually think it makes him a better striker. So we've got 4 good strikers. So I made some changes for Team Sweat. And then for Road to Glory as well, guys, we introduced some new players. I needed a new right back. It was just an area that I was short in. And in general, last season for Road to Glory, I was typically quite weak in the back line. I didn't have too many defenders. So I added in the best right back that I had in the agency, which is this guy. He's good. I took him back out again almost instantly. He started off as a 64 rated 20-year-old. He's now a 66 rated after it took him a couple of seasons to get a tier break. And then he went up another +1. I'm really excited for his future. It's just not going to be in Road to Glory this season. He'll go in Spark to Glory now, which will be overkill, but it's exactly what I want because if we can get another team promoted from Spark to Ice, hopefully this season we'll actually be able to get maybe 2 or 3 teams promoted from Spark to Ice. But he's progressing well. But the reason why I took him out of the team is because I actually thought I'm trying to do a big brain play here, and it might backfire like superbly. I put in instead Colombo for the right back spot, 2 ratings lower, but I put him in. And then I needed a new centre back as well because we were quite low on centre backs. I was using Giles at both DM and centre back last season, and I think he is a higher rated centre back. Yeah, he's a 69 centre back and a 67 CDM. But I put in Montoya at centre back instead. And so the reason why I did that is because when we look at their progression all time, they are my 2 absolute machines. Montoya, even though he's 31, has progressed 23 overall in just 3 seasons, right? When he came out of a pack as a 41 rated, I was devastated. He is now on tier break at 64. If he's got more in the tank, he's going to tier break real quick and fly, which in this team will be really nice. And Colombo, similarly, is a lot younger. He's only 25 years old, but he's progressed +18, and now he's also on tier break. And so once he tier breaks, if he's got more in the tank, he's going to keep going. So what I wanted to do was get these guys into this team for 2 reasons. Number one, they're the lowest rated players in the team right now, and so they will benefit from training significantly. Number 2, if they do pop off and go, they aren't just going to go and be part of the group here. They are going to absolutely fly. If they still have that growth potential, if they are, you kind of like look for players that might potentially be legendaries down from commons. These are 2 players that absolutely could be. Obviously, with Montoya, we're a little bit more kind of wary because he's 31. But if he gets another 6 or 7 this season and another 6 or 7 next season, and he still hasn't retired, he could be on his way to legendary. Colombo, we're a lot more kind of like boyish on. We like him a lot more because he's got a lot of years more in the tank, probably anyway, before he retires. But both of these players could end up being agency beasts that progress far and above being in any of my teams and eventually get loaned out. And I wanted to give them the opportunity to thrive this season. And they will just be rotation players. They won't be first choice. They will get plenty of games. Again, I'll prioritize easy cup games for them. Or if I've qualified for a cup already, if I've qualified out the group stages, they'll get the nod in the next few games. They'll be prioritized for easier league games, and they probably won't ever be both played at the same time because it would just diminish my defense too much, unless, of course, they progress. When we look at how my defense is set up, my right backs is just O'Neill at 69, and then I've got Witwer as a 68. only has to go up a couple. You know, his defending is a bit weak, but he only has to go up a couple. And then at centre-back for Montoya, his defending is only 69, but Norroki, who's another sensational growth player, as you can see there, his defending is only 71, I beg your pardon. So 64 for Montoya. He's not too far away in terms of flat-out defensive ability from the players that he's going to be competing with. His physical is nearly there. His defending is just a bit shy. His dribbling is a fair bit worse. And his pace is the best. So he's the fastest centre-back we've got. And so I decided to add those in just today, which is really good. Now, I haven't finished off rebranding. I haven't finished off Spark to Glory or Flint to Glory. I haven't built their teams yet because I wanted to make sure I could get everything else sorted first. But for today, in spite of the fact that it has taken us a really, really, really long time to get there, we are here for the MFL experiment. So what is the MFL experiment? The idea for this club is to see how much money we can make from loaning the players that we pack from the packs that we make from the MFL that we get. So it's exactly the same starting team. And what will inevitably happen with this team is it will just remain the same until somebody retires. And then when somebody retires, they will get, like, the packed player will be reintroduced into the team to carry on. So we've so far packed 5 players. Season 6, we got 2. It was Strom and Fink. Season 7, we got Freund, Szczesniak, and Ibanez. None of them are in this team, of course. So I'm going to have to set up some loans for them for this season and try and get them out there into the wild and go with them. Maybe even sell them. Who knows if they're like progressing well. So obviously this team is just going to keep running and running and running. And obviously if it can maintain in the division, which it has done so far, again, we're pretty strong in Spark, to be fair. If it can maintain again this season, superb. The worst thing we want is to get relegated to Flint because it will just really diminish our returns. But the best thing that we want is to get players that we can loan out and actually get good value for. And so the MFL that we've got ready for this season is 2,738.5. Obviously, that doesn't work well when it comes to the packs. So we're going to open 3 packs, which will be 18. Oh, no, I can open 4 packs actually this season to go to 6, 12, 18, to 2,400. I can open 4 packs here. And these 4 players will just be immediately set for loan. What I want to focus on this season as well, because for season 7 and season 6, because I just wasn't prepared, basically. I hadn't done everything I wanted to do. I ended up doing inter-agency loans for these players. I don't want to do inter-agency loans for these players. I want to loan them out into the world. So I will try and get what is fair market value for them. And if that fair market value is nothing, then they will get nothing yet. And hopefully I'll just be able to get them game time and training so that they progress, so that in a future season they can be loaned out. They will be maximum 54 rated, but I think we could probably loan out a 54 rated player here or there. And so we've got 4 packs, guys. And these next 4 packs belong explicitly to the agency. The MFL experiment. Let me get my my stuff written down here. I'm just going to write these player names down. And so so we're going to have now 9 players from this club, from the MFL that this club has earned, 9 players available to loan out, which is pretty awesome because if any of them get like a good cup run or progress well and get up into a higher division, we could start milking MFL. It could be really good. So we get a 20-year-old, love that, centre-back, just be in the 50s. Just be in the 50s. He is going to be as well. That is amazing. That is amazing. Victor Guerrera. Guys, that is amazing. Victor Guerrera, 20 years old, 54 rated with brilliant physical, good defending, 5'10", reasonable stats outside of that. He is a super player to be able to actually loan out and get 2, 3%, maybe 4%. Might even be able to get him into an ice team, like an ice team that's like maybe fighting to stay, to sort of like stay in the division, but probably going to get him to Spark. But the great news is, as a 54 rated, he's guaranteed in his career to go up to a 55, at least at +1. And if he is somebody that has got high potential, he could end up bringing us in a lot of MFL over the seasons. So player number 2 is Arjan Dushku. Albanian, 25 goalkeeper, never good. Never good. 46 rated. Will do well to get him into a team, to be fair. Arjan Dush, who, he's like borderline acceptable for Flint teams. But even then, if I was in Flint, like if we actually just go to the market right now and have a look at goalkeepers that are, I don't care about age, goalkeepers that are rated 46 or lower, apply, that have an auto accept of a rev share of 0, there's an abundance of them. And so, yeah, like I said, we will struggle to even get him a team this season. Maybe he goes into the maybe we use some of the MFL we've got to put him into the development center for 4 seasons. But yeah, we'll struggle to get him. However, let's have a look though, since we're here, at a 54 rated, not 64, a 54 rated centre back. Let's go for a minimum 54 as well. Do we have 0% accepted rev share? We do, but it's with minimum appearances. Oh, we don't actually have accepted rev share of 0. So we could be looking at somewhere in Flint around maybe like 3-4%. As long as we put like the matches to be sensible there, we could easily get a Flint loan in there. That's not bad. I'll have to figure that out like as we go. We've then got pack number 3 here, guys. And pack number 3 is going to be, for me, just give me another like 50 plus rated player, because even if we can't get them loaned out this season for more than just match time, which I'd be totally okay with, even if we can't get them loaned out this season for more than just match time, so long as they're higher rated, if they get good progression, we're going to be like having a good time. So we've got Albert Weber. He is German, 25 centre mids, and he is going to be decent rating here. Wow. Only 41. His stats suggest that he should be a striker. If he has an alternate position, this could be incredible. If he doesn't, this is terrible, because he's got 28 passing for a centre mid, which isn't great. He's got poor dribbling and defending, which isn't great. He's got brilliant pace shooting and physical. He's got CDM and cam. Now, as a cam, passing's not there either. I needed striker on him, really. He's going to be one that we struggle massively to loan out. He's probably going to be somebody that eventually comes back into the team, into our own team. And if we can't get them loans, we will put them into our own team for the season to get them training and to get them some potential match XP. Obviously, the idea is to loan them out and get MFL off of them and keep the team sustainable and the agency sustainable via this kind of experiment. And it's been working so far. So we get Menno Bass. He's Dutch. 19. Love that. Left mid, give him high pace. Come on. 57 pace. 62 dribbling. Decent shooting, passing, and physical. Not bad whatsoever. He's got left mid and right mid. So a good utility player and only 19 years old. He's decent. So we've got from the 4 packs that were kind of assigned to this club, we got, whenever it wants to show up for us, a very good centre-back, a goalkeeper that isn't promising because 25 years old, 46 rated, a centre-mid who is horrendous, 41 overall, 25 years old with stats that are good for a striker, nothing else. And then also, although he's not here right now, we also got the Menno Bass player, who is a 19-year-old left mid, right mid with decent stats. So I think we could easily loan out 2 of them. I think the other 2 we're going to struggle to find what to do with. And so what I want to treat it like, though, as well, guys, for the MFL experiment, I want to treat it like if I was playing this game and this was my only club, because that's what these experiments are about. They're like kind of ring-fenced off within their own ecosystem. And so once I got the team for this club, how would I play with that team? So I've got the team, I've earned some MFL, I've opened these packs, I've now got these players. If I can't loan them out, what would I do otherwise? maybe I'd try to sell them. Maybe I'd get a couple of dollars for Weber, a couple of dollars for Dushku at absolute most. Maybe I keep them in my own team for one season just to give them training to see if they start progressing. If they progress a little bit, maybe we've got a winner that, like Colombo, for example, and Montoya. They were both 41 rated when I got them out of a pack. And Montoya was 27 years old, 41 rated when I got him out of a pack, and I hated it. Look at him now. So maybe Weber's a sort of player that in 2 seasons' time is going to be a 60 rated card that we can all of a sudden loan out and get some good MFL for. So at least for a season or two, it's going to be worth keeping these guys around, seeing how they go. And of course, we now get the opportunity to earn even more MFL. So that's where we're at with the MFL experiment for today. I will list up these players for fair market prices. If you see them on the market and you think they could be a good addition to your team, feel free to pick them up. Like I say, it'll be for fair market price no matter what. And that's where we're at for today, guys. So to end with for today, I will just go and rip one more pack. This will just be for the agency as a whole, not for a specific club. But this is where we're at. So the MFL experiment is complete for the season. We'll take a little check-in at the half-season mark to see how the loanees are doing and how the club is doing in general. But you won't see much from the MFL experiment now between now and the mid-season. Typically speaking. And so to end off with for today, just as a pack for the agency, Homero Mora, 24 years old, striker. I do like a striker. Wow. He's really decent for 51 rated. 69 pace, 52 passing, and 52 shooting. 55 passing, 52 shooting. Reasonable physical, reasonable dribbling. That's a fun player, guys. That is a fun player. And that is going to be the end for today. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.